All right, let's settle down. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. This young lady, oh my God, we're so excited about having her on. Man, she just relocated. Matter of fact, you know what? How important it is for you guys, speakers. She got a new I hope she talks about this for just a second about how because she's on this channel, she's been getting new IBOs, leads, and she's got one supposed to be coming in this Thursday. Well, I'm so proud of her. I'm just so proud of her. I learned a lot from her. I just think she's amazing, and she's building a business. She was in locksmith business and decided she needed more, wanted more, and quit wanting to run out there fixing locks in the middle of the night and hiring people that halfway show up. And she saw ACN. Said, wait a minute, this makes a lot of sense. As a business owner, that's why I love business owners. Got in and she's just a dynamo. This lady does not know the word no. All she is very persistent. So I don't know about y'all, but I got my seatbelt ready. I got my seatbelt. So I'm buckled in for the day's call. I'm buckled in for Mr. Greg Williamson. I'm buckled in for the day's call because I know she's gonna take us somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a very warm welcome to the one and only Taco Lady, Taco Tuesday, Miss Roxann Corralejo.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Taco Tuesday. You guys know I love my tacos, but you guys, I've had to scale back on those. I really did. Now they're just rewards. If you guys are on any of my social media, I said, hey, what gets rewarded gets repeated. I get a taco when I get my miles in. That's it. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate you. So you guys, I want to share something with you, and I'm going to share this because he asked pretty much right now that I do it. He said, I hope she talks about this. So I will. Let me bring this up. I received a message. So I had met a gentleman. He's actually on this call. So everybody say, hi, Jose. Give him a big hello. He's on the call. So I met this gentleman this weekend. And the power of what Mr. Thomas does for us and what he's done for me. And through some conversations, of course, we had some conversations and stuff. And then I get a text message as I'm driving, because you know me, I'm traveling, I'm going everywhere. We're building everywhere. So I got a message that says, I Googled you, which took me to several YouTube videos. I'm watching the video titled Conversation with RD Roxann Corralejo, Destiny International. I'm glad we connected, Rockstar. I love the three-way text method. So he listened to one of the ones that I talked about, how we were utilizing three-way text messages to help people in Lubbock utilize me as the expert. So what's so great, what Mr. Thomas has done is created this platform. He did not, I don't have to beg him or do anything for him. He invites me to come and speak on this. And he does that because of work that I have done. I think at one point in the beginning, he might have reached out to Mr. Trolley and asked, maybe, who do you have on your team that's doing great things? And at a time I had some activity going. So of course he mentioned my name. I don't know how Mr. Thomas got introduced to me. I knew who he was, of course. But because of this platform, because of what he does, because of this opportunity, because he saw something in me, someone Googled me and found the videos that I do. So you guys, this is such an honor to be able to speak here with you and share with you what I'm doing, the good, the bad, the ugly. I share it all. I'm raw. And I mean, sometimes I make friends, sometimes I don't. That's okay. I'm gonna tell it like it is. And if I don't make friends, then maybe you're not cut out for entrepreneurship. That's the truth of it. I had to take some hard lessons and see the truth. I had to look in the mirror and be like, all right, I need to change this. I need to adjust this. These things need to move in order for me to excel, to move forward. And it's all because of this. So I appreciate you, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate just everything you've allowed me to do, allowed me to accomplish, invited me on different interview channels on this, everything. I am truly in your debt and thankful for you for everything. So I'm glad we talked about that today, because one thing that I kind of want to discuss is self-sabotage. Now, this is the part where I'm probably going to lose some friends today, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. But we talked about the concept of be, do, have next week, last week. Who are you being? So I am traveling, and I set some appointments. I'm in Houston throughout the weekend. And yesterday, I said, all right, I have a meeting at 9 o'clock. I need to get my miles in. I need to get my workout in so I can have me some tacos later. So I go, I make sure I'm up early. I'm motivated. I'm excited. And then I go down to the gym at my hotel and the treadmill's not working. And I'm like, ooh, okay, it's all right. And I'm kind of frustrated and I'm looking at the time and I'm like, all right, okay, I can make this work. It's all right. I don't have an outdoor schedule planned. I don't know where to run. I'm in Houston. I don't want to just go for a run because it could be dangerous areas. So then I'm looking at gyms and I'm trying to see what gym is in the area, what gym has like walk-ins, because you know how sometimes they're just classes. So now I'm taking the time to do that. I find a 24-hour. Great. So I register for the 24-hour. I go straight there. It's close, like 7 minutes away. I get to the 24-hour fitness and I hand her my ID and she's like, oh, you don't have a Houston address. You can only like try out this gym if you have a Houston address. You don't have a membership. And I'm like, oh man. And I'm looking at the time. And how many of us would have said, oh, well, here's an inconvenience. Treadmill isn't working. I guess I'm not getting my workout in today. I don't have enough time. And before personal development, before ACN, before these calls, that was my mindset. Well, the universe doesn't want me to work out. I'm not going to work out today. And I said, even if I can only get 15 minutes on a treadmill, outside running, whatever it is, I'm going to get it done because we have to be disciplined. And that's one of the big things is if we're not disciplined, if we're just throwing things against the wall whenever we can, see if it sticks, nothing's going to stick. If something sticks, guess what? It falls off pretty quickly. It's not going to have a lasting effect. So I'm at this LA Fitness and she's chatting with me. I'm telling myself minor inconvenience, we'll figure it out. Minor inconvenience, we'll figure it out. Why? Because I don't want to get in my own head saying like, screw this. I don't have enough time. So I end up working out. I get my 3 miles in, which was my goal for the day. So I accomplished it, but now I'm running on time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to hurry up and get ready. I'm sweaty. I'm gross. I got to make sure this is looking okay, reasonable in a shorter amount of time. And so I get back to my hotel, I get to my room and I get ready. And if you've ever worked out and you're just sweating, your body stays in that state for a while. It doesn't quit burning calories. If you're working out hard, it continues to burn calories after your workout. So I shower and I'm getting ready, but I'm still sweating. My body is still sweating as I'm getting ready. And I'm like, man, I'm curling my hair and I need another shower. This is crazy. But I get it done. And I have my meeting and I have that meeting scheduled. And then I have another meeting and I make my way down to McAllen, which is where I am today, where I was traveling next 5 hours away from Houston. So I bring that up and that story because how many of us fall in these situations all the time? And it's because I wasn't prepared. That's it. That's the truth of it. The workout room is right behind the front desk. What if I went to make sure the treadmill was working the day I checked in or the day before or any day I was in and out of that hotel and checked and made sure? Or what if I had a backup route, a park I can run at and feel safe at? Something as backup, I wouldn't have had to go through all this. I wouldn't have had to have that stress. And for some of us would have already given up and say, hey, I'll work out tomorrow. And we're living in that tomorrow state because we're not prepared. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And because I wasn't prepared yesterday, I just said, I got to do better. I got to do better because how is this showing up in my business? Because I'm not prepared. So by not being prepared, by not checking that out, that's self-sabotage because I could have showed up late to my meeting. I could have missed my workout. There's so many could have, should have, would have that could have happened because I was not properly prepared. So when you got to be ready, you got to get ready to be ready and stay ready. So if you're not ready in the beginning, then how do you expect to be ready when an opportunity arises? So going back to what Mr. Thomas opened this call up with, having a gentleman being able to Google me and see these videos that he puts up. He does this for me, for all of us. Miss Kumar, oh my God, amazing. I go back and I watch her videos and I'm really excited to see her tomorrow. And everybody that he has on these calls, he puts them so we can go back and we can re-watch them. Not just watch them, re-watch them. Because you guys, I take copious notes. Copious notes all the time. I have 2 separate notebooks. Mr. Thomas is sitting in front of one right now, and he's been doing this for years. So you guys, when we talk about being ready, how many of you are ready if Mr. Thomas said, Miss Corralejo can't make it today for whatever reason, Miss Corralejo is not on board, who's up next? If he threw that to this whole call, who can unmute and literally have a conversation for 20, 30 minutes with the group that provides value? It's not just opening your mouth. It has to have value. And for some of us, that might be why we're not getting our prospects to sign on that dotted line, to get the prospects to believe in us, because we're not conveying that value to them. So how many of us are ready? And the reason why I was ready, the very first time I was asked to speak to a group was over 200, like 250 people on Zoom. And it was Miss Chanel Burks. I don't know whoever remembers this. It's Women Winning Wednesday. And I was so excited. I was like, ooh wee. But if you guys know anything about this call, she calls you the day of. The day of, and it's a surprise. And you have to be prepared. And I have heard some people on that call, and you can tell they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready. Well, I had hired a coach, and we've talked about this, investing in yourself, well before I was asked to do that. I had hired a coach who then implemented a public speaking training with me through my coaching program. And I said, I don't want to do this. And he said, nope. I know you. I know who you are. People are going to ask you. You're going to say yes. You're not going to be prepared. It is my job to make sure you're prepared. But it's because I had that foresight to hire him. And he was able, we had topics. And he says that when someone asks you, you'll already be ready. You'll already have practice. You'll have keynotes. Whatever they want you to talk about, we can relate it to these 3 separate topics. So you guys, that's part of being ready. Are you ready? Maria, if Mr. L. Thomas says you're live right now, are you ready to jump on this and provide value? Yes, she is. I know she is. She does the Spanish speaking call. She's like, wait a minute, let me just do some translation in my head and I got this. Maria's ready. Why? Because she's prepared. She's done it. It's been in a different language, but she was prepared because of the fact that there weren't very many people speaking to the Spanish speaking community. And her and Douglas Soto said, if no one's going to do it, we're going to do it. So they put together something like Al Thomas does, and they coach their teams. They coached other people's teams. They helped develop other people because of the fact no one else was doing it. So are you prepared? Now, we've said this before, how much your words matter. And this is where I'm really going to lose some of y'all. But our words matter. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm hearing it a lot lately. So I am moving from West Texas down to San Antonio now. I'm going further south. I know my hair's been like crazy because it can't handle the humidity anymore. My skin's going crazy. Like it's definitely a transition from West Texas to South Texas. My legs are covered in bug bites. And now I'm not prepared. I don't have bug spray. I don't have any of these things. So I'm itching my legs all the time in these meetings, you guys. Like, this is what I'm talking about, being prepared. So I'm not prepared all the time. Some things we don't think about, but let's think about those things. But our words matter. So West Texas is very laid back. They have a different mentality. They're comfortable being comfortable in where they are. It was great for business. We had a big explosion. And then I'm like, all right, I need to go to a bigger city. I want to go back to San Antonio. So I'm in the process of moving back to San Antonio. And as I have these conversations with people, the one thing I hear so much, and it's a curse word, it really is a curse word. So be prepared, is I'm busy. Why is that a curse word? Because it's negative. You guys don't realize how negative that word is, to be busy all the time. For me, if my locksmith company, I can tell you I was drained always. You can see it in my face. You can see it in my actions. Yes, I come with this energy, but they're like, man, Rox, like you look like you need to rest. You look like I get it. You're busy, because I was always telling myself, man, I'm so busy. Someone wants to have a meeting. You know what? Let me check my calendar. I'm so busy. Let's see if we can do it Friday. I'm busy all week. Busy, 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 busy. Life's got me so busy. My kids have got me so. Work has got me so busy. And we say it consistently and all the time. Do you realize you are self-sabotaging? By telling yourself that you're busy, you're self-sabotaging. Because what you're doing is you're not only telling yourself, you're telling the whole world that you do not have time for them. Think about your kids. Every time they try to ask you something or try to talk to you, not right now, I'm busy. Maybe later, I'm busy. This week, I can't do it. Let's try next week. I'm busy. So, what we're doing is we're telling them that we're too busy for them. So think about your team, think about your prospects when you're saying you're busy. And I know it's not something we intend to do. I never intended to tell or make people feel like I was too busy for them, but I was just physically exhausted. I was feeling overwhelmed. But what's so crazy is when I felt so busy, and I always said I was so busy, I was busy doing busy things. They weren't my money making activities. I can tell you today, I currently have 3x the amount of income I have coming in, and I have freed up so much freaking time. It is crazy. Like when I first got this concept of stop telling myself I'm busy and stop filling my schedule with busy work, how much more free time I had and how much more money I made. Like it would blow your mind. So start thinking to yourself. And I had this conversation with an amazing one, Marlena. She's not on this call. I will send her this recording because I want her to hear this. But I reached out to her. I'm trying to do some more social media stuff and I'm being coachable, y'all. I've had 2 coaches already tell me, like, don't hire someone because I want to hit that easy button. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hire someone to do it all for me. Don't. You got to create your brand. You got to do it yourself. So what I did is I kind of took a cheat road. I'm doing it myself, but I hired a coach to tell me what everything means. Tell me what the best options were, what stars are, and how to go. I got like on Facebook, I don't even know what it is. But yeah, I hit the button. So now I can have more than 5,000 friends or whatever. I don't even know. But she's coaching me what all this stuff is and what I need to do, but I'm doing it myself. So I am remaining coachable. Anyway, I reached out to her and it took her a minute to get back to me. And then I saw something on social media talking about how she helps people run their social media businesses. And I'm like, girl, I'm in town and I've reached out to you and I'm trying to give you business. But I mean, so what she was doing by not responding to me is telling me that she's too busy for me in my business. She does not need my money. She does not need me to hire her. And then instantly she messaged back. She's like, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. How many times have you heard, I'm sorry, I'm busy? How many times have you said, I'm sorry, I'm busy? And so we sat down and we had this conversation and she said it so many times. And I said, listen, if I can ask, can I give you one little piece of advice, one little coaching tool? And she said, yes. And I was like, stop saying you're busy. Just stop, because what you're doing is you're telling yourself you're too busy and you're exhausting yourself. And she said, oh my gosh, like that just changed everything for me. That's all I said. And then we went back to her showing me about social media stuff. And I haven't heard her say she's busy once. Not once. And it has changed her way of thinking. And I bet you I can bet so much money that she has more energy throughout the day because she's not telling herself she's busy. So you do not realize this, but y'all are self-sabotaging yourself. That's a lot of selves in there. Y'all are self-sabotaging just because you have this mentality. So our words matter, what we tell other people, because we don't want to tell them we don't have time for them. And I'm still like being back in busier in bigger cities. I hear it so much. It's starting to come out of my mouth. So this training is more for me than y'all, because I start thinking it and I'm like, oh man, let me look at my schedule. I'm so blessed. I am blessed. Let's see what we can rearrange and let's schedule something. And so just that mentality, now instead of, oh, I'm busy, I'm blessed. Like, say it with me. I am blessed. Every time, yes, April, I love it. It brings that energy out in you and it attracts more people. You're going to attract so many more people just because your mindset is differently, because your words matter. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And you will start noticing these little things that you're saying to yourself that is bringing you down, and change it. And if you don't know how to change it, reach out to someone, reach out to me. Let's work on rewording some of these things, because the energy that you put out in the world is going to be the energy you get back. And if your business is not where you want it to be, is because you're not putting out the right energy. So I hope I didn't lose some of y'all. We are self-sabotaging. We do it every day, and I do it. I did it yesterday. I got my workout in, but it took some mental training. And I said, it's a minor inconvenience. It's a minor inconvenience. We can get through this. We're still going to get it. So be prepared, you guys. Are you prepared? If not, work on it. Record yourself. Have these conversations ready. So when you're called upon, you will be ready. That's what I have today, you guys. I am so excited. That was just big on my heart because it's something I'm living through every single day. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas.